Well, today's messages that have come through have been kind of interesting. If you don't know Didact on Spotify, I highly recommend looking up his music. His song What Resides in the Fire has been a top listen, as in my most looped, on Spotify for the past 3 years. I can just listen to it on loop endlessly because it flows so beautifully. Right now I'm listening to his Hallelujah song, and that shit is just so calming. So I got a message, or like a channel message, for my podcast that I do with my friend, Favored One Readings, on here. And then, literally, as I'm coming in and parking, I get a pop-up on my YouTube for Nicholas's Ashbaugh co-creation. Is kind of the theme of the video today. And I love that. So the cards that have come out, I'm seeing a lot of pride. Especially with the lion here in the world card. It's a very, very beautiful depiction of the world. This is actually my first tarot deck ever. Like, I carried this with me every day in high school, and I hadn't even started reading yet. Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. That's what this world is trying to give you. But what you have to understand with co-creation is that you are working with other people's energies. So that's why we have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands here. Because it could be very easy to shrink yourself or embolden yourself in a situation of collaboration. And so this is why communication is so important, because if one person goes off and does something and the other person is left not saying what they needed to say, not doing what they needed to do, it creates an entire mess. Speaking from my own experience here. Steady yourself and stand up for yourself, but also don't become part of the problem because you are demanding that you be heard. You had the Five of Wands in reverse that came out with this. Tensions are high because there is a lot of things shifting, and if you are not mindful with the tone that you say things, or the connotations that certain words have, it could be misconstrued in someone else's mind. And now, it's not our job to try and think of a way to phrase every single thing that we say, because that creates a lot of strife. And so sorry. This has a lot to do with speaking your truth, and I am very physically connected to my clairgustance. So when those things happen and like those confirmation burps come out, they can be very forceful. Eight of Swords in reverse paired with the Nine of Swords upright. Absolutely. You don't want to be caught in the FOMO of it all, the fear of missing out, I didn't say what I needed to say. They didn't hear what they needed to hear. That was interesting. Why did my hand just hit the card there? You don't want to separate with regrets holding you back, with shame being one of the things in the forefront of starting a new venture, of starting a new journey. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And this, for once, is a very peaceful depiction of the Ten of Pentacles. Yep, and we have Death in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, Moon in reverse, and Page of Pentacles. There is a lot to do with the pride that's being released here. Especially with this Seven of Swords and the Moon. This is a lot of subconscious and unconscious fears and anxieties coming through, because that role that you had played where you had to feel like you couldn't express yourself fully, That role is being done, and the page is offering you a new seed, a new opportunity. And what we do with that opportunity is entirely up to us. When you choose you, when you stop living your life for the sake or in spite of other people, because there are some people that do that. There are some people that will live and make moves in their lives simply because they know it would piss off another person, or because in another situation of their life, they could never do this one thing because of what was going on around them, or a fear of perceived judgment. And it is truly a perceived judgment. Making a choice. Yeah. There's a lot of decisions being made. How are you going to leave a situation? How are you going to start a new situation? Are you going to start a new life from the ashes of your old ones, or from a foundation? Ride the wave. Especially if you are earthly inclined like myself, there is so much that we just want to know now. We want to know where we're going. We want to know what our next turn is. It's like constantly looking at the GPS when you're taking a road trip. And you're like, okay, my next turn is in 1.5 miles. Instead of just waiting for the pop-up to say you have a turn in 0.5 mile, you're like, okay, well, this is the street that I need to be looking for. And you're not actually looking at what's going on around you. It's kind of different from being present. It's kind of different from what we've been asked to just be present in the daily moment of just moving to the next things. But it is indicative of this collective not allowing themselves to feel good in the present moment, to feel joy where they are. They feel like they have to get to a certain place. They have to get to a certain location. Like the wishing well here. Why is it only in this one place can your wishes be granted? What is so special about this place? What is so special about this location? Is it on a ley line? Is it connected to a very important point in your life in the past? I don't know. But my love, you have to remember that your power lies in the present, in the now, and you cannot pull from the future that does not exist, where you may not exist. And I don't mean that to say like you have passed on. I mean that version of you does not exist anymore because of the decisions that you've made. And you truly are going into the unknown. And I hope that you're not going to fight that, because you don't know what that means for you. And I am saying from my own experience, because I will stay somewhere that hurts me, because I know I can protect myself there, because I have protected myself there, because I've done that for years. I have stayed guarded, and I stayed in a situation where I truly am not being appreciated. And it was because of that, because I didn't want to be hurt outside of that. Like, if I could be hurt there, who's to say what's going to hurt me outside of that? Dancing with the devil that you know is still a devil. Just because it's scarier to move doesn't mean that that's not what you need to do. And I hope that you find that, my loves.